Good evening. It's now Friday the 19th of July. It's about 8 o'clock in the evening. I'm Andy and welcome to my allotment. Have a quick run round, show what's been happening over the last few days. A couple of things to show you. Some new stuff, some old stuff, and a bit of damage. Well, I'll show you that later. Start off as always with the potatoes. Now, as you can see, my potatoes have flopped dramatically in the middle. These are first earlies that have gone over, so I'm not too concerned about that. And what I'm concerned about, maybe you can see it down there, there's some green spuds on the surface. Oh dear. I thought I'd earthed these up enough, but obviously not. So maybe a couple I'll have to get rid of, but doesn't seem to be that many like that. All the rest seem to be underground, so one or two I couldn't simply get into them up when they started growing. They just got too big too quickly. The rest of them at the back are still standing proud, still some flowers on. Now these here that have flopped haven't actually had any flowers. They have had some water, not huge amounts, but they have had water. So I don't think that's the problem, because the ones on the edge are falling over, not quite as much as the ones in the middle, and the middle is where the water's gone, to be fair. But anyway, I'm sure that I will be digging these out sometime next week, and I will do a reveal video on those as they come out, and taking the ones out of the buckets as well at the back, which are going absolutely mental. There's some potatoes in there which are about 4 foot tall. Never seen that before. Now I've had the judges round today to look at our plots for the Oldham annual allotment competition. I'm not expecting to win anything, but I just like a bit of feedback from them, to be fair. Square foot gardening bed looking good. The Lolo Rosso lettuce is starting to bolt at the back, I'll show you that in a second. But everything else is coming on lovely. Onions doing strong, the carrots are absolutely fantastic. They're quite thick and they'll need thinning out soon, but I've just checked them before, and there's nothing in there really worth taking. Peas, getting a few bits off the peas there. Not had anything as yet, but they're nearly ready. Asparagus peas, lots of flowers. Radish, no, I think they're getting a bit too big now. They're supposed to be French breakfast, but they're about 3-4 inches long. So, I don't know, we shall see. Lettuce doing absolutely wonderfully. Spinach, fantastic, charred brilliantly. Multi beetroots, they're just starting to bulk up now. They've needed water. I have watered them a couple of times, but all I'm doing is giving them half a cup of water per plant and pouring it on each plant, which apparently is what you're supposed to do with square foot gardening. Right, these beetroots here, the leaves are scorched effectively, but the crop itself is doing fine, so I'm leaving those as they are. Now, these Lolo Rosso I was telling you about, as you can see, they're getting a bit leggy. They're still good to eat, and they'll survive the weekend, so I can harvest them later. Cabbages under here are doing absolutely fantastically, as you can see. And the fruit bushes, again, are doing really, really well. Everything's coming on nicely, apart from the docks right in the middle of the gooseberries, but to be fair, they can stay there, because those gooseberries are sharp. Onto the fruit baskets, hanging baskets, and the fruit beds. They're all looking fairly good. Even this one that I've been having trouble keeping it watered is looking rather not good today. Raspberries. And you can see I've got some raspberries ready for picking. Some more on there as well. So these are obviously all summer raspberries, and the ones that I got over there, which are just about starting to form flower spikes, I think. Actually, I'm not certain if that is a flower or not. Actually, it could be a flower. They may be autumn fruiting ones, I'm not certain. Now, as far as strawberries go, I've got red strawberries coming everywhere. I'm harvesting a dozen or so a day. Raspberries, not quite as many, maybe half a dozen, but even so, they're really, really nice. And we're getting tomatoes on here. I don't know if you can see that. There's a little yellow one coming there. That's a decent sized one. Well, they're decent, it's bigger than the rest, which is still green. Got flowers on this tomato, but nothing on any of the others at the moment, so we shall wait and see on those. Now, the coriander has gone to seed, which is brilliant, because I want to get seeds off this, to be fair. I want to have coriander seeds, because I use them quite a lot in cooking. And the coriander itself, it's strange coriander, it's very feathery, which isn't one I've come across before, but I'm not complaining. Dill, very, very feathery, lovely. And chervil, again, some flowers, but nothing serious. So I'm very happy with that. Again, strawberries on these, just coming up nicely. The rhubarb bed. So these have been pretty much left alone to grow without any interference. The one at the front had a few stems off it, the one at the middle has had a couple off it, The one at the back has had nothing off it because the stems are only at pencil thickness, so it wasn't really worth taking off that at the moment, but it's not so bad. Right, onto the decking. New addition, I've got a bench. This is arrived from the same place as I've got a shed from, which I'll show you shortly. Shed's not erected yet, still going on that. A few plants I'm still trying to get in the ground. I'm hopeless. I really should have got these in a long time ago. I've got some parsley there, I've got some thyme at the front, which is doing hopeless rather. And then in here, I've just got some more herbs which have been sitting in water and not doing so bad. There's a basil at the back, which is a cinnamon basil. And I was sat on the bench the other day and I got this wonderful fruity smell coming over, and it was from the basil, which was lovely. The peppermint down there is doing absolutely brilliantly, the sage is doing really well, and the lemongrass is coming on nicely as well. So, anyway. Into the polytunnel, where everything is doing absolutely fantastically. Okay, the tomatoes at the back here, there's a few fruits coming on the tomatoes. They are being watered almost daily and doing really well. Chilies at the front. Lots and lots of flowers on all the chilies at the moment, but no real new chilies as such. Now we took one of the big green chilies and one of the tiny purple chilies off. And a friend of mine who really loves his heat and his chilies had a taste, and he thought that the green one was heat and no taste, but the purple one was a lot of heat but had a really nice fruity taste. One thing I haven't done for a while is check the temperatures. So, I don't know if you can see this, that's the temperature at the moment. It's 23.9 in here. The maximum it's been today has been 50.9, and the minimum overnight is 13.5. So, hot. Shallots are harvested and are in here drying off with one piece of garlic, which since I brought it in here has actually started forming a seed head, flower spike, since I brought it in. So, don't know why it's done that, but anyway. Now, lots of things in here. Let's see what I've got here. Mizuna going to go into seed. I'll just take the seed heads off that shortly and should be fine. Now, one other thing I'm quite happy with here, this is a Tomatillo, which is a member of the Facilis family, and it forms little green fruits surrounded by like a paper Chinese lantern, and it's flowering, which is brilliant. So that's going to go outside when I get back from my weekend away. Potatoes flopping over, but still quite strong plants, so I'm going to leave those for another week or so and harvest them next weekend, I think. Right, onion beds. These are being mashed by the foxes on a regular basis. They're knocking everything over and breaking the stems. Some of them are flopping as they should be, like the big red one in the middle there, but the others are far too small to be flopping over as they are at the moment. They're having a little bit of water, but nothing much, but the problem is the foxes are digging all over the place and rolling on the beds and everything. Second, onions, garlic, leeks, etc. This is with the shallots where they're all out, but the fox has been digging as well for me, because that was all level. So, because he sees the ground disturbed, he thinks there's something under and he's digging. And some stones in there as well, I don't know where they've come from. Again, these onions are being mashed by the fox, they're all lying half sideways and all the rest of it. Garlic, nearly ready for harvesting. The leaves are turning browny colour, and I think these actually have got a bit of rust now. I don't know if you can see that on there, but a few rusty spots on there, so it looks like they may have a bit of rust. Okay, moving onwards. Perpetual spinach in that bed is starting to grow now, it's starting to zoom up. The flower spike on the onion is doing wonderfully. A couple of lettuce doing okay. Now the walking onion is starting to fall over, so those bulbils are nearly ready for harvesting. Now, the damage I was talking about. Tuesday, came on the plot to be told that this frame had been found down there behind that polytunnel, leaning on top of one of the trees in the orchard. They're only little trees, so it's not gone that far, but it's absolutely knackered. The whole thing itself has just come off, it's all come apart. It just needs, the frame needs rebuilding basically. The whole thing itself has stayed together, which I'm quite pleased about, but we're not certain if it was kids or foxes. Half of us think it was kids because it's been dragged from here all the way down there behind that polytunnel, and left hanging over a tree which is about 3 foot high. I can't see a fox being able to do that. But if it's kids, there's no other damage. Nothing else has been touched, which isn't right. But if it's foxes, then there's no teeth marks on any of these poles or the pieces of wood. None of the netting is torn in any way. Now, if a fox with sharp teeth is grabbing hold of something, it would leave marks. So it's a mystery at the moment. We don't know what's happened. It can't be the wind. It's definitely not the wind. It's something that's happened. We're just putting it down to UFOs at the moment. I don't know. We just don't know. We're just hoping it doesn't go on again. Right, I've taken the cover off this one so you can see it a little bit better rather than looking through the green mesh, because looking at purpley green things through green mesh doesn't really work. These are my red cabbages, which are doing absolutely brilliantly. The holes in the leaves I was talking about last time and asked for some recommendations from people. Somebody, I think it was Growing Journal, said it might be flea beetles. Well, if you get flea beetles that make holes that size, I don't really want to meet them. Earlier today when I came on, there was actually a cabbage white trapped inside the netting. Not sure how on earth it's got in there, unless it had been a caterpillar that hatched. But I've looked all over them and I can't find any caterpillars on them whatsoever. One thing I did notice, see if I can just get in there a bit closer. The centre of this one has been munched. Now that to me looks like slug damage, so I'm going to put some more slug pellets down. So the rest of the damage could be slugs. Again, I don't know, but I mean, the heart on that one is absolutely brilliant. The heart on that one is great. That one's fantastic. It's just one of them that's been munched. Not sure what's going to happen. Now the calabrese on the other side of the bed, which you can see from here now. The heads have all been taken on these already, and what we've got left coming on are secondary heads, which are giving us a fantastic showing. I'll be harvesting those on Sunday, I think, when I get back, if I get back in time. If not, I'll do it on Monday night, and then these plants will be coming out, 'cause that's pretty much all that's on there, I think. Behind them, there's some Lolo Rosso, some collies, and again, what I was told was Brussels sprouts, and I'm not convinced they are, but then again, I'm not convinced they're not at the moment. I've also been getting stuff off Freecycle again. I've got all these flagstones. There's loads and loads of 2x2 flagstones and a couple of 2x1.5. Got them free, so I'll be able to pave half of Chadderton shortly. Moving on to this bed with the pumpkins, the beans, and more beans. The self-seeded pumpkin is doing fantastic. As you can see, it is now sending out vines and it's needing to be trained around the beans. So I've started harvesting from the broad beans. I was asking before when to harvest them, and people said when they're ready. Really helpful, guys, thank you. But basically, when they're about 5-6 inches long, I've been harvesting them. Not tasted any as yet. They're in the fridge waiting to be potted because we're going away this weekend. I'm not going to harvest any more yet. I'll leave them on the plants a little bit. Courgette in the middle. Lots and lots and lots of flowers. But by the look of it, they're all male still. So I'm not convinced I'm going to get anything off that for a while. The pumpkin, however, at this end, is sent a vine out to here. So it's going all the way back into there. It's got centre vine out to here. It's coming out this side. So that's about 3 foot long. And then it's going all the way around the back of the beans down to there. Now that's about 8 foot long. So it's doing well. There's, I think if I remember rightly, yeah, there's a female flower there waiting to be pollinated. There's another one at the end of each of these runners. The vines rather, so we shall see how we do. One thing I'm very pleased about is that the runner beans have actually reached the top of my wonderful makeshift arch. Loads of flowers, some beans started but nothing serious as yet. And on this side, where I replanted the French beans to cover the spaces left by the runner bean in Orma that didn't germinate, they're starting to climb, they're starting to grow. And I'm very pleased with that. So I shall have the green arch I was hoping for, which is absolutely brilliant. Okay, moving on to something else new. This is my shed. Don't look much at the moment, but it's in fairly good condition. This has come about through just talking to people. This a couple of months back, well, not a couple of months back, about 5 weeks ago, I was having breakfast at the local cafe with a group from church. We go there every month to have breakfast, and we're just having a chat, and our minister left about 18 months ago, and a new minister is about to arrive who's got a much bigger family than the old minister, and he needed a bigger shed than he had already. And so what they were going to do was they were going to just demolish it and burn it or throw it away and get someone to move it, pay someone to move it. I went, whoa, 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 let me have it. Let me have a look at it, and if it's worth having, I'll have it. So I went over on Saturday, had a look. Monday we dismantled it. Wednesday we brought it down with the help of Tony, who's got the hooped raised beds across the way from me, who you've seen on my run round the allotment videos. And it took us basically an hour to pull it down, an hour and a quarter to bring it down here and get it here. Now the plan is it's going to go just about where that big plank is there in the middle on its own. That's where we're going to be putting it, running towards the wheelbarrow, the door coming out there. The front of it's going to be in line with the polytunnel there, so we're going to have a couple of beds between it and a walkway, and move it from there. Now, one other thing I've just got tonight as well as the flags is the inside of another plastic blowaway. So more shelves, very, very useful. That's going to go inside the blowaway, I hope it doesn't, in the polytunnel, and we should hopefully have lots and lots of seedlings and whatever to put on that later on this year for the winter veg that I'm going to be putting in the ground probably in the next 3-4 weeks. So they'll be sown up this week. I'm going to show you the pond. I should have shown you when I was over here before, but I didn't, so sorry about that. The pond was crystal clear at one point. It's now gone very, very murky. Now inside there are dozens and dozens of newts. Actually on the screen here it looks like just an opaque olive green horrible colour, but in reality it's not that bad. There are some algae growing in there. I'm going to get plant from home. I've been saying I've got to get plant from home for ages. I'm going to bring it down and put it in there, but the water level in here is staying reasonably okay. It must be evaporating off because we've had no rain for a very long time. I may have to put a couple of buckets of water in there just to keep the water level up enough, because there's lots of things in there that need the water. I don't know if you can see that, there's one coming to the surface there, but there's lots and lots of them in there. There must be, I've counted 30 or 40 when they were clear, and they were just the ones I could see. There were ones underneath the muck in the bottom and stuff like that, so there's plenty of them around. And so lots of little frogs as well when I went in there delving in, so lots of little amphibians to come out and eat all my slugs and snails, which I haven't had much problem with this year so far, touch wood. So hopefully everything should be fine. Just give you a quick last look as I zoom around the allotment so you can have a panoramic view from my decking area. This is what I see when I sit down. I'm quite pleased with it. Anyway, that's enough of me prattling on for now. Nearly 20 minutes, so that should do for now. I'll possibly do another video or short video as we put the shed up. We put the base down and build the shed in stages, just so you can see how it goes up. And not really got the technology to do lots of editing on my videos, so it'll have to be very rough and ready, but I hope it'll turn out okay. We'll see. Anyway, that's it for now. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.